Hello, my beautiful Gemini friend. How are you doing? I'm thrilled to have you here for your detailed tarot reading relevant for the second half of April 2025. I've cleansed the energy here and meditated on your cards, tuning into the frequencies that align with your Gemini spirit. Let's begin by discovering the affirmation that calls to you most powerfully in this time. I radiate positivity. This phrase chose you, so whisper it softly or declare it boldly with me, allowing its calming essence to fill your being. I radiate positivity. I radiate positivity. Now let's get into your reading by drawing the three main tarot cards guiding these 2 weeks. We have Justice, Two of Swords, and Strength. Alongside these, we have the Oracle card, Llama, from the Spirit Animal Wisdom deck, while your tea leaf fortune card is Frying Pan. Let's dive deep into the layered meanings of each card and see how they interact with your natural Gemini traits, like your curious mind, adaptability, and dual nature. When we start with the Justice card, it immediately brings to mind the importance of fairness, balance, and accountability. Justice is all about truth coming to light, and the idea that every action has a consequence. For you, dear Gemini, this card might suggest that during the latter half of April, you will be faced with situations where you need to make decisions that weigh both your heart and your intellect. You might find yourself questioning whether you've been treated fairly in relationships, work situations, or even in your own self-judgment. Think about those moments when you've wondered if you were being honest with yourself or others. Could this be a time when the scales are finally tipping in your favor, or showing you where adjustments need to be made? Perhaps you're grappling with a choice where the outcome isn't entirely clear. Consider the last time you had a disagreement with a friend or colleague. Did you feel that the truth was being obscured? How did it feel to eventually see all the facts on the table? Justice asks you to trust that clarity will emerge when you commit to honest evaluation and fair action. It's like when you're sorting through a messy closet. You need to decide what no longer serves you and keep only what feels balanced and right. Are there areas in your life where you're holding on to things just out of habit, even if they're not in line with your true values? Reflect on that and let the energy of justice help you reset. Now let's bring in the Two of Swords. This card paints a picture of a crossroads, a moment of being caught between choices, sometimes feeling paralyzed by indecision. As a Gemini, you're naturally drawn to exploring multiple sides of every story, which can be both a gift and a challenge when decisions need to be made. The Two of Swords reminds you that it's okay to feel uncertain, and that sometimes the best course of action is to simply sit with your confusion until clarity comes through. Imagine a time when you were at a fork in the road, maybe choosing between 2 career moves or even deciding how to handle a relationship issue. You might have felt like you were blindfolded, unable to see the full picture because your heart and mind were pulling in different directions. This card is encouraging you to pause and consider that indecision isn't always a negative state. It can be a period of reflection where your inner voice is trying to guide you. Ask yourself, am I avoiding a decision because I'm scared of making the wrong choice? Or what might happen if I allow myself to choose without having every detail sorted out? The energy here is one of balancing thought with intuition. Even if it feels like you're in a standoff with your own mind, trust that by embracing both sides, you're actually laying the groundwork for a well-rounded decision that honors your dual nature. Following that, we have the Strength card, which really brings a warm, encouraging energy into the reading. Strength is about tapping into the power of compassion, both for yourself and for others, and recognizing that true power often comes from inner calm and gentle perseverance rather than force. For you, Gemini, who is naturally versatile and sometimes feels pulled in multiple directions, this card is a reminder that your inner strength is your best ally right now. Think of it like the times when you've had to stay patient through a long, challenging project at work, or when you had to console a friend going through a rough patch. Those moments showed you that real courage isn't loud or aggressive, but is steady and resolute. Strength is asking you to look within and see that your ability to adapt, to change, and to hold space for both joy and sorrow is exactly what will carry you through any obstacles during this time. Have you recently encountered a situation where you felt overwhelmed but then found that inner calm? What might you learn from that experience to apply to any upcoming challenges? Sometimes, it's as simple as giving yourself permission to be vulnerable and authentic. When you approach life with the compassion that strength encourages, you open the door to healing old wounds and building resilience for the future. Feeling a connection with this reading? Please help me with a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's weave in the wisdom of the oracle card, Llama. The message here is all about soul growth and the understanding that growth is never an easy road. Just as llamas, with their remarkable resilience and ability to adapt to harsh environments, the card is here to remind you that you, too, have the power to endure and flourish even when conditions aren't ideal. The llama tells you that it's okay if you're not sprinting towards your goals every day. Instead, appreciate that every small step and every lesson along the journey matters. For a Gemini who is always on the move and sometimes in search of the next big idea, this message is a gentle reminder that slowing down can lead to deeper insights. Think about a time when you were so focused on the destination that you missed out on enjoying the ride. How might your perspective change if you started to see every moment as an opportunity to learn and grow? The llama's presence is like a loving nudge that says, it's all right to take your time. Embrace the path, no matter how winding it may be. It might even be a call to reduce the mental load you've been carrying. Are you trying to do too much at once? How might you lighten your responsibilities and trust in your own pace of progress? Allow the gentle wisdom of the llama to remind you that every challenge you overcome is a step towards becoming more aligned with your true self. Finally, we have the tea leaf card Frying Pan, which introduces an element of caution. The image of a frying pan on a hot fire, with sizzling meat that's at risk of burning, is a vivid reminder that there might be trouble or unexpected challenges ahead, specifically potential accusations or misunderstandings that could catch you off guard. For a Gemini, known for your quick wit and sometimes scattered energy, this card is urging you to be extra mindful about what you say and do. It might be that during the second half of April, situations arise where someone misinterprets your intentions, or perhaps you find yourself in a scenario where your actions are under closer scrutiny than usual. Have you been feeling like others are too quick to judge or misread your friendly banter? Could there be a moment coming up where you need to defend yourself or clarify your actions? The frying pan warns you to keep your defenses up, to be honest in your communications, and to avoid putting too much on your plate that might lead to unnecessary conflict. This card is not meant to scare you, but to empower you to take preemptive measures. Consider if there are any conversations you might be dreading. Could it be that you're afraid of being blamed unfairly? How might you prepare yourself emotionally and mentally to handle criticism or unfounded allegations if they come your way? Sometimes, it might help to step back and assess your actions as if you were a friend offering gentle advice to yourself. Now, when we look at the combined energies of these cards, there's a beautiful interplay that speaks directly to your nature as a Gemini. Justice, Two of Swords, and Strength come together to form a narrative about finding balance, making informed decisions, and tapping into your inner reserves of courage and compassion. It's as if the universe is inviting you to take a long, honest look at your life and to clear out any imbalance or hidden truths that may have been lurking beneath the surface. Perhaps you're facing decisions in your relationships, at work, or even within your own heart where you feel torn between two sides of your nature. The Two of Swords tells you that while the decision may seem overwhelming, you have the capacity to weigh both options and make a choice that resonates with who you really are. And then Strength comes in as the reassuring friend that reminds you to be kind to yourself through the process, to trust your instincts, and to know that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. The Llama Oracle card fits perfectly into this narrative by emphasizing that personal growth isn't linear or always glamorous. It might require you to be patient, to endure some tough lessons, and to trust that every step of the journey is meaningful. Have you ever noticed how some of your best life lessons come not from the big dramatic moments, but from the quiet, persistent days when you simply keep moving forward despite the obstacles? That's the energy of the llama: resilience, perseverance, and a gentle reminder to keep faith even when the road seems rough. And then, contrasting with these nurturing messages, the frying pan tea leaf card urges caution. It's as if the universe is saying, be brave and be open, but also be wise and protective of your energy. For you, dear Gemini, this means being aware of how you manage your relationships and your reputation. It might be that someone around you is ready to point fingers, or you might find yourself in a situation where your intentions are questioned. How do you usually handle misunderstandings? Are you ready to stand up for yourself with the calm strength you've been building? Imagine a scenario where you're juggling a complex project at work and a personal situation that's weighing on your mind. Justice may prompt you to review everything with a clear, unbiased eye, ensuring that all your decisions are fair. The Two of Swords might remind you that it's okay to take a pause and not rush into decisions just because you feel pressured. Then, strength assures you that your inner resilience will help you manage both challenges with grace. In this context, the llama tells you that every twist and turn is part of your soul's growth, encouraging you to be gentle with yourself if things don't go perfectly. And if someone comes along with harsh words or unfounded accusations, the frying pan warns you to stay alert and protect your boundaries without losing your cool. How does this blend of energies resonate with your current life situation? Can you see moments where you might need to be both firm and gentle, decisive yet reflective? There's also an interesting interplay between the more challenging aspects of these cards and your Gemini duality. As a Gemini, you're naturally curious and communicative, sometimes juggling multiple interests and conversations at once. This quality can be a tremendous asset, but it can also lead to situations where you might feel pulled in different directions, especially when you're faced with decisions that demand a clear, unified stance. The Justice card may encourage you to bring all the pieces of your life together in a balanced way, while the Two of Swords shows that it's perfectly normal to feel conflicted at times. When you think about your interactions with friends or family, have you noticed times when your quicksilver nature helped smooth over a misunderstanding? Or perhaps times when it left you feeling scattered? The Strength card is here to remind you that, no matter what, you have an inner fortitude that can help you harness your natural versatility in a positive way. And when it comes to personal relationships, whether romantic or platonic, ask yourself, how can you use your natural charm and adaptability to ensure that you are heard and respected, even in the face of criticism or false accusations? Taking everything into account, the reading for the second half of April is rich, with lessons on balance, decision-making, and inner strength. It's a period that calls for honest reflection, taking stock of what's fair and true in your life, acknowledging any internal or external conflicts, and then stepping forward with a heart full of compassion and courage. The llama reminds you that the path to growth is as important as the destination, encouraging you to trust in your own resilience and adaptability, even when the journey feels long and challenging. Meanwhile, the frying pan serves as a practical alert, urging you to be cautious and protective of your energy. It's like a friendly heads-up to make sure that while you're busy nurturing your inner world, you're also keeping an eye on potential pitfalls around you. So, as you navigate the rest of April, consider this reading as both a mirror and a map. It reflects your current state, a balance of fairness, indecision, strength, and growth. And it also lays out a path for moving forward with clarity and purpose. Ask yourself, am I prepared to face challenges with the integrity of justice, even when decisions seem murky? Can I allow myself the time and space to make thoughtful choices, as suggested by the Two of Swords, without feeling rushed by external pressures? And most importantly, will I trust in my inner strength to guide me through the ups and downs, using the lessons of the llama to remind me that every struggle is part of my growth, even as I remain vigilant against potential conflicts, as warned by the frying pan? Take a moment now to really feel these energies. Think about recent situations, maybe a work dispute where you had to stand up for what's right, or a personal relationship where you found yourself hesitating before making a decision? How did these experiences shape you? Reflect on whether you've been giving yourself enough credit for the strength you've shown, and whether you might need to rebalance areas of your life that feel out of sync. Perhaps there's a conversation you've been avoiding, or a decision you've postponed because you weren't sure which path to take. Remember that it's okay to pause, to weigh your options, and to step forward only when you feel ready and certain that you're acting with integrity. I invite you to take these messages into your heart and ask yourself gentle questions over the next few days. How can you create a sense of balance in your everyday interactions? What small steps can you take to ensure that you're honoring both your need for fair treatment and your own intuition? Can you think of ways to reduce the weight of expectations on your shoulders, perhaps by delegating tasks or asking for support when needed? And when you're met with criticism or misunderstandings, how might you channel the calm assurance of strength to remain centered and clear-headed? As we wrap up this reading, remember that the cards are here to guide you, not to dictate your every move. They offer possibilities, insights, and gentle nudges in the direction of growth and balance. The Justice card reminds you to always seek fairness and honesty. The Two of Swords teaches you the value of reflective pause, and Strength encourages you to embrace your inner power with kindness. The Llama calls you to honor your unique path of personal growth and resilience, while the Frying Pan advises caution and careful guarding of your energy in the face of potential challenges. Take this time in the second half of April to really listen to your inner voice, to nurture the parts of you that need gentle care, and to stand firm in the truth of who you are. Life may present you with hurdles and moments of doubt, but each step you take is a step toward a more authentic and empowered version of yourself. I hope this reading brings you clarity, comfort, and the courage to embrace every twist and turn on your journey. Stay true to yourself, and remember, you have all the strength you need within you to turn any challenge into an opportunity for growth. How does all this resonate with you, and what parts of your life might be ready for a little realignment? Feel free to reflect on these questions as you move forward, and know that the universe is always guiding you toward your highest good. Imagine waking up to unexpected money flowing into your life. That's the power of the money wave. Don't wait, start manifesting wealth today by clicking the link in the description. Next up, we have the key theme of love and relationships. Your true love oracle card is Sexual Freedom, and the tarot card is Eight of Wands. For the second half of April, the Eight of Wands brings a burst of dynamic energy that might feel like your love life is suddenly taking off or shifting into a new, fast-paced rhythm. Picture those moments when everything seems to be moving so quickly, like when texts, calls, and chances to meet are flying in all directions. This card can show that in your love or relationship sphere, communication is about to get supercharged. You might find that conversations with a partner or potential partner are flowing easily, allowing you to share your thoughts and feelings with refreshing clarity. Think of a time when a spontaneous chat with someone you care about led to a deeper connection. Can you recall a moment when unexpected messages or a sudden invitation left you pleasantly surprised? The Eight of Wands nudges you to embrace that momentum, but it also reminds you that with all that speed, it's important to pause and make sure you're not missing any signals or details in the excitement. Now, blending in the oracle card Sexual Freedom, we tap into a different, yet equally potent energy that asks you to honor your authentic self when it comes to your sexuality. According to the card's message, sexual freedom isn't about counting partners or rushing into intimacy. Instead, it's a call to explore and express your true sexual self with maturity and respect. For you, whether you're navigating a budding relationship or already in one, this card invites you to step back and reconsider what intimacy truly means for you. It's not about following the trends or meeting someone's expectations right away. It's about letting your natural desires and feelings guide you in a way that's both authentic and deeply fulfilling. Maybe you've experienced moments when the pressure to define or prove your sexuality clouded your judgment. How did that make you feel? Do you sometimes wonder if you're letting social norms dictate your choices instead of following your heart? When you combine these two cards, the rapid, clear communication energy of the Eight of Wands with the deep, personal invitation of sexual freedom, it creates an intriguing interplay. The Eight of Wands suggests that there could be swift developments in your romantic connections this April. Imagine a situation where you're meeting someone new and the conversation just clicks, almost as if you're in sync with each other's thoughts. At the same time, sexual freedom is reminding you to take a step back and really consider what you want out of these interactions. It's a gentle push to ensure that in the excitement of rapid communication and fast-moving encounters, you're not losing sight of your own values and needs. For a Gemini like you, who thrives on variety and intellectual stimulation, these cards encourage you to balance the rush of energetic connections with a reflective approach to intimacy. You might find yourself juggling multiple conversations or even different potential relationships, and that's okay as long as you're honest with yourself and your partners. Think about a time when you were swept up in a whirlwind romance that felt exciting but maybe didn't allow you to fully express your true self. Ask yourself, am I allowing myself the space to truly know someone before diving into physical intimacy? Is there a possibility that, by slowing down a bit, I might discover a deeper, more meaningful connection that honors who I really am? The energy of sexual freedom here is not about chasing after every fleeting moment of lust or superficial connection. It's about understanding that real intimacy comes from knowing yourself and trusting your heart. In relationships, this means you might be inspired to explore not just the physical side of things, but also the tender gestures, like holding hands, sharing a quiet moment, or even enjoying a slow dance in the living room. These simple acts can be incredibly powerful in affirming your connection with someone. In a way, the Eight of Wands fuels this process with its urgency, while sexual freedom provides a gentle reminder that the quality of connection matters more than the speed of it. As you navigate love and relationships in the second half of April, consider these questions. Are you ready to let conversations flow freely and embrace the rapid pace of new connections? How can you create space to understand your own needs and desires amid this flurry of communication? Is there a part of you that's been holding back from truly expressing your sexual self because of external expectations? And in your current relationships, what small, meaningful acts of tenderness might you introduce to deepen your bond? These cards together create a call to action that's both exhilarating and thoughtful. They suggest that while the energies around you might be quick to ignite and surge forward, true fulfillment in love comes from aligning that energy with your inner truth. It's about celebrating the joy of connection, while also taking time to reflect on what truly nourishes your soul. Embrace the rapid pace of the Eight of Wands, but let sexual freedom be your reminder to stay grounded in your authenticity. This way, whether you're seeking new love or deepening an existing relationship, you're not only moving fast, you're moving in the right direction, with your heart open and your mind clear. How does that feel for you as you think about the upcoming weeks? Next, let's explore possibilities for your career and education. Your Dreamweaver's Oracle card is in the middle of the bridge, and the Tarot card is Seven of Cups. In this time, the Seven of Cups is lighting up this area of your life, offering you a vivid display of possibilities and dreams that might feel both exciting and a little overwhelming. You might be at a point where multiple opportunities or ideas are floating before you, maybe a new job offer, a course you've been thinking about, or even a creative project that seems too good to pass up. As a Gemini, you naturally see the world from many angles, and this card encourages you to embrace that gift by taking a step back and really considering what each option means for you. Picture those moments when you're daydreaming about your future and each thought brings a burst of color and energy, yet also a hint of confusion. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through endless job listings or course options, wondering which one truly fits your unique vision? The Seven of Cups asks you to look closely at each possibility, not just in terms of external rewards, but in how each choice speaks to your inner truth and aspirations. Now, blending in the Oracle card in the middle of the bridge, we get a call to shift your perspective through compassionate listening and a willingness to learn from those around you. This Oracle card invites you to break free from any narrow views you might have adopted over time, maybe from traditional ideas about what a career should look like or what education should provide. Think back to a moment when you heard someone share an experience that completely changed the way you saw things. It might have been a mentor sharing a story from their own unconventional path, or a friend describing a project that defied the usual expectations. This card is saying that now is the time to meet halfway across that divide, to engage deeply with ideas that are different from your own and let them expand your understanding. Have you been sticking to the same routines because they feel safe, even if they might be limiting your growth? The Oracle card gently nudges you to listen with an open heart, to see the value in exchanging gifts of knowledge and perspective that can enrich your professional or academic journey. When we look at these two cards together, we see a powerful interplay between the allure of endless possibilities and the wisdom of deep, respectful listening. The Seven of Cups shows you that your career or education path is not a single, clear road, but a landscape filled with choices that can be both dazzling and bewildering. Perhaps you're thinking about a career shift that could open new doors, or considering further studies that might seem risky but promise a fresh way of thinking. Meanwhile, in the middle of the bridge reminds you that while your mind might be racing with ideas, the real growth comes from connecting with others and embracing viewpoints that challenge you. It's as if the universe is inviting you to have a little heart-to-heart with yourself about what truly matters in your work or studies. Imagine a situation where you're juggling multiple job offers or academic opportunities. The Seven of Cups might make you feel pulled in different directions, showing you visions of success in various forms. Yet, the Oracle card encourages you to pause and listen, to ask the people around you for their honest opinions, or to reflect on your own experiences from the past. Maybe there was a time when you chose a path that wasn't the most obvious, and it led to unexpected rewards or learning opportunities. Ask yourself, what have I learned from stepping outside my comfort zone before? How might hearing a different perspective help me choose the path that not only looks good on paper, but also feels right in my heart? This combined message is especially poignant for you, dear Gemini, whose quick mind is always hungry for new ideas, but whose soul craves connections that go beyond the superficial. The guidance from our general reading, where Justice, Two of Swords, and Strength set the stage for finding balance, making thoughtful decisions, and embracing inner resilience, also plays a role here. Think of your career or educational decisions as part of that broader journey toward balance in your life. Justice calls for fairness and clarity in how you assess each opportunity, while the Two of Swords reminds you that it's perfectly fine to take a moment to deliberate, even if the choices seem equally appealing. And Strength reassures you that no matter which path you choose, you have the inner fortitude to make it work and to stand by your decisions. Combining that with the creative and expansive energy of the Seven of Cups and the transformative invitation of In the Middle of the Bridge, you're being encouraged to both dream big and listen carefully. Picture yourself at a crossroads where each signpost offers a different promise. Perhaps one direction leads to a high-profile career change, while another might invite you to return to school or explore a passion project that defies conventional expectations. As you weigh these options, remember that each vision presented by the Seven of Cups is like a glimpse into what could be a potential future that's waiting to be shaped by your choices. And in the middle of these many options, the Oracle card asks you to consider the wisdom of meeting halfway, to engage in conversations with trusted colleagues, mentors, or classmates who might offer insights you hadn't considered before. Have you ever felt that a single conversation could open your eyes to a new possibility? How might those exchanges help you see the true potential in each of your options? As you move through the rest of April, let this reading remind you that your career and educational choices are a journey of exploration and self-discovery. Embrace the colorful array of options, but also take the time to listen to others and to your own inner voice. This is a moment to be brave in your dreams, yet wise in your decisions. Allow yourself the freedom to explore, the courage to choose what resonates, and the openness to learn from every encounter along the way. How does this vision of your future in career or education feel to you? Reflect on the choices before you and let the combined energy of these cards guide you in making decisions that are not just exciting but truly enriching. And now, let's check out prospects for your personal and spiritual growth this week. Your self-care wisdom oracle card is Pamper, and the tarot card is Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords bursts onto the scene with a call to action, full of dynamic energy, swift movement, and a desire to cut through any confusion. This card suggests that you might feel a strong urge to take charge of your growth, whether it's diving into a new project, shedding old habits, or challenging long-held beliefs. The Knight of Swords is urging you to act decisively. Think of a time when you suddenly knew exactly what needed to be done and charged forward without hesitation. Maybe it was a career decision or a moment when you finally spoke your truth. Ask yourself, when have I felt that rush of clarity and purpose? What stopped me from acting sooner? For a Gemini like you, naturally quick-witted and restless, this energy is both familiar and invigorating, pushing you to explore new territories with your mind and heart. Now let's bring in the gentle yet powerful reminder of Pamper. The message here is beautifully simple. Self-care is a necessity, not a luxury. This card invites you to slow down, to honor your needs, and to allow yourself some tender care amid all the hustle. It's like after an intense workout when you treat yourself to a well-deserved stretch or a soothing bath. When you're on a rapid, forward-driving journey with the Knight of Swords, Pamper gently reminds you that you can't pour from an empty cup. Have you ever noticed how taking a break not only restores you, but often brings new ideas and perspectives? How might a little extra self-care, be it time for meditation, a quiet walk in nature, or simply curling up with a good book, help you recharge and maintain the momentum you're building? When we combine these two cards, we see a call for balance. Charge ahead boldly with the Knight of Swords, but also make time to pamper yourself. This balance is essential in your personal and spiritual growth. You're being encouraged to pursue your goals and to embrace change with all the enthusiasm and sharp focus you're known for, yet you're equally reminded to nurture your inner self. Perhaps there's an area in your life where you've been so busy striving for progress that you haven't paused to check in with your feelings. Maybe you've been tackling challenges head-on and now feel the need to step back and ensure you're not burning out. The interplay of these cards is like the universe gently saying, yes, push forward. But remember, every great journey requires moments of rest. Now, let's weave in the wisdom from our general reading for the second half of April, the guidance of justice, Two of Swords, and strength. In that broader reading, you were invited to seek balance, to face decisions with both your heart and your mind, and to draw upon your inner strength with kindness and clarity. These energies dovetail perfectly with what the Knight of Swords and Pamper are showing you now. The decisive energy of the Knight of Swords echoes Justice's call for clarity and fairness in your actions, while its bold, quick-moving nature contrasts with the thoughtful pause suggested by Two of Swords. And when you feel overwhelmed by the rapid pace of change, the gentle strength of Pamper pairs with the calming influence of strength, encouraging you to care for yourself as you move forward. Imagine a scenario where you're driven to make a significant change. Maybe you're considering a new job opportunity, a fresh educational path, or even a major shift in your personal habits. The Knight of Swords will light that fire within you, pushing you to act and make decisions quickly. But then, you recall the lessons from our general reading. Remember to weigh your choices carefully, like the Two of Swords suggests, ensuring that your actions are fair and balanced as Justice reminds you. And in the midst of all that action, let Pamper be your reminder that true strength comes not just from bold decisions, but also from the nurturing care you give yourself. Have you ever been so caught up in the excitement of new opportunities that you forgot to breathe? Now is the time to pause and ask, am I taking the time to care for myself as I make these big moves? This combined message is especially resonant for you as a Gemini, with your natural curiosity and quicksilver energy. You have a brilliant mind that leaps from idea to idea, but this period is asking you to harmonize that rapid-fire thought with deliberate self-care and reflection. It's an invitation to let your inner warrior charge ahead, while also knowing when to slow down and heal. In your personal growth, this might mean setting bold goals and then celebrating each step with a moment of pampering. In your spiritual journey, it could involve exploring new practices and philosophies with a fiery passion, then returning to your core for quiet reflection and nurturing. As you move through the second half of April, let the assertive, dynamic energy of the Knight of Swords inspire you to take action in all areas of your life, while Pamper ensures you never lose sight of the importance of caring for your emotional and spiritual well-being. This is a time to balance courage with kindness, action with rest, and decisiveness with self-compassion. Reflect on how these dual energies manifest in your daily routine. Are you pushing forward with all your might while still taking moments to check in with your heart? How can you blend these energies so that every step you take is both bold and deeply nurturing? In the end, the guidance from your general reading ties it all together by reminding you that balance, clear decisions, and inner strength are the cornerstones of your journey. Whether it's in your personal growth or spiritual exploration, combining the fast-moving, decisive energy of the Knight of Swords with the essential life-affirming practice of Pamper will help you navigate the twists and turns of life with both passion and peace. How does this vision feel for you as you consider the upcoming weeks? Take a moment to honor both the drive to act and the need to care for yourself. Each step, each decision, is a part of the beautiful tapestry of your journey. As I tune into the energy of all your cards for the second half of April, I'm feeling a powerful wave of transformation, balance, and new beginnings coming your way. There's a sense that the coming weeks are filled with chances to clear the clutter, see things from fresh angles, and move forward with both passion and careful thought. You might feel like you're standing at a crossroads where every choice offers a doorway to a different part of your life, whether it's about your heart, your work, or your inner self. It's as if the universe is inviting you to explore all the different flavors of life at once, encouraging you to ask yourself, what is it that truly brings me joy? How can I balance that spark of action with moments of calm reflection? Imagine waking up to days where everything moves a little faster than usual. Texts, emails, and ideas fly in like a burst of wind. There's a chance for deep conversations that make your heart race, while at the same time, you're encouraged to pause and really listen to your own inner voice. Perhaps you've experienced those moments when you feel pulled in 100 directions, wondering which path to take. Now, picture yourself sitting down with a friend, talking through your options, and realizing that each decision, each step, has its own kind of magic. Are you ready to sift through what seems like a jumble of possibilities and decide what really matters to you? Maybe you're at a point where you're questioning old habits or beliefs, or perhaps you're finally opening up to the idea that caring for yourself isn't just about taking a break. It's about preparing your heart for the next big step. In matters of love and relationships, you might notice that things start to move quickly, sparking moments of clear communication and unexpected connections. Think about the last time a conversation with someone felt like fireworks, where every word seemed to build a bridge between you two. At the same time, there's a gentle reminder to honor your true self, to keep your boundaries clear, and allow intimacy to grow at its own pace. It might feel like a dance between moving fast and taking a slow, mindful step, where you're free to express your deepest desires while also protecting your heart. Can you recall a time when you trusted your instincts so deeply that everything just fell into place? That feeling of connection, of truly being seen, might be waiting for you just around the corner. On the career and education front, the energy is all about dreams and possibilities. It's like standing before a grand buffet of options, each one offering a different taste of what your future could hold. You may find yourself drawn to ideas that seem wildly creative, or perhaps you're considering a fresh perspective that challenges what you've always known. Picture yourself having a conversation with a mentor or a colleague who shares a different view, opening up your mind to a whole new way of thinking about your work or studies. This is a moment to let go of old routines and invite fresh, innovative ideas into your life. Have you ever been in a situation where a simple chat completely changed the way you saw your path? Think about how those moments of genuine connection and openness could light your way forward. When it comes to your personal and spiritual journey, there's a vibrant energy pushing you to take bold, decisive action while also reminding you to be kind to yourself. Imagine the rush you feel when you decide to follow a hunch, to dive into a new project or challenge without a second thought. Yet, in the midst of that fire, there's also a quiet, caring whisper that tells you to slow down and take care of your well-being. It's like running a race where every burst of speed is balanced by a moment of rest, ensuring you don't burn out before you reach the finish line. Have you felt that push-pull within yourself? The urge to act and the need to pause? It's a beautiful reminder that you're capable of both incredible leaps and gentle, nurturing self-care. All of these energies weave together into one uplifting, unified message for you. The combined guidance of the cards suggests that the second half of April is about embracing the whirlwind of life with open arms and a clear mind. It's a time to seek balance, to let your inner light shine brightly, and to trust that every step you take is part of a larger, beautiful tapestry of growth and transformation. Whether you're navigating matters of the heart, chasing new career dreams, or embarking on a journey of personal and spiritual renewal, the message is clear. Keep moving forward, but don't forget to pause and care for yourself along the way. I feel that the coming weeks are set to bring both excitement and reflection. There will be moments of rapid change and bursts of creative energy that push you to take chances and follow your gut. Alongside this, there's a soft, steady current encouraging you to reconnect with what truly matters: your values, your inner strength, and the love you have for yourself. Embrace every opportunity with a sense of wonder and a readiness to learn, knowing that every challenge is just a stepping stone toward a more fulfilled and authentic life. Remember, you radiate positivity, and that light will guide you through every twist and turn. Trust in the journey, stay true to your heart, and know that the future holds endless possibilities waiting just for you. Enjoyed this reading? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel to never miss another reading.